Yo, what is going on, guys? Got a video for you here today from Manhood about modern women who are constantly getting rejected by good men. It looks like they are reaping what they have sown, guys. This should be hilarious. Let's jump into it.
Men are now at a point to where they're walking away and they don't mind being alone. Y'all have messed it up. Women, a lot of us have messed it up. And like I said, even surprisingly to me, like, I was noticing and seeing so many men, like, I desire family, I desire commitment, I desire marriage, I desire to have a woman, I want to provide for a woman, take care of a family. Like, men have been wanting that.
You can only actually push a man so far until he just walks away. Modern women have lectured men endlessly about why they'll never be good enough for them, so this is pretty much just the end result of that.
But now you're starting to see more and more men become more and more comfortable with the idea of not having any of that, because men are valuing and desiring their peace over everything else.
The idea that men just want some peace in their lives is so offensive to modern women that they look at such a simple desire and get angry about it, even though there is nothing wrong with wanting to protect your peace. I don't know, man.
Making these good men not want to be good men. I don't need no man. I can do it all by myself. Can you? Can you? I mean, I know physically I can take care of myself. I've been on my own since I was 17. Do I want to take care of myself all the time? No. Do I want to be independent all the time? No, I don't. Do I want to take care of somebody? Yes, I do. Do I want to make sure dinner is cooked and laundry is done and contributing to the household and taking care of the kids? Yes. Yes, I do. And then we got all you waffles out here ruining good men. They don't want to be good men because of feminists.
The irony of all this is how feminism, which is supposed to be this holy crusade to liberate women, by the way, has actually left women alone, emotionally stunted, drinking heavily, working a soul-crushing job, and miserable. And the list goes on. It's so funny, guys.
I'm like finding out that a guy doesn't like me anymore. That he's like over me. What is that supposed to mean? What do you mean you're over me? Like you've moved on? That's not how this works. That's not how this works, okay? I was supposed to go my whole life knowing in the back of my mind that you still liked me, okay? I was supposed to think that every time I saw you, your heart did a little pitter-patter, okay? Now you've moved on? What does that mean? That's not possible. I don't understand.
This clip kind of exemplifies how a lot of these women think that men are kind of here to serve women and that they couldn't possibly be there to serve themselves and be an independent entity that is not here simply to complement the experience of women.
What's funny is how she obviously broke up with several dudes in her past and moved on quickly without even so much as an afterthought, but apparently men are only allowed to obsess over one unpleasant woman.
Door for me?
Yeah, I was literally just about to.
As you should.
Shut that door. Shut that door.
Modern women have rejected men for so many absurd reasons, including sneezing, the way he folds his laundry, how he ties his shoes. But apparently men being ordered to open doors isn't a good enough reason to reject a woman.
I think I left him on the seat. 1 second. I just gotta move it for you. I don't want you to sit on it.
Okay.
Please drive off. Please drive off. Please drive off.
What age did you wake up and realize that you no longer wanted to be a strong?
She pretty much talks about like coming to the realization that she no longer wants to be a strong, independent Black woman. I will have to say that it's just now hitting me. I just turned 33, and I will say, I think it's this year that it's really hit me that I do not want the title of a strong, independent Black woman.
These women are not strong or independent. They rely on society, which, mind you, is maintained by men. They expect men to pay their rent within 30 seconds of meeting them, and they also demand that society cater to their every whim. That's soft and dependent, not the other way around.
You know what's crazy? I can finally say for myself, I don't want a relationship anymore. I'm happy being alone. I'm okay with coming back home to myself every day, going to work every day. I ain't losing sleep, staying up on the phone with nobody. I ain't got to worry about providing for a female, because some of y'all females ain't worth providing for. Because you don't give back to the man that's working his ass off to pay the bills or give you what the fuck you want. While you getting your nails done, he's cutting his fucking hands, getting calloused and shit on them.
Modern women have made their expectations clear. When it comes to men, they force men to listen to them, but the second a man wants something, she feels like making his life a living hell. This is why men have had enough.
You know what I mean? It makes no sense because you gotta be worthy of a good man. You gotta be worthy of someone who's willing to break his fucking back to give you everything he never had. Okay? So I'm content with being alone. It's fucking crazy how some of y'all strive and kill yourselves over relationships that are not worth it. Don't do it to yourself. It's not fucking worth it. Find yourself first. That's all that matters.
The amount of work that men are expected to do to make a modern woman happy is such a fool's errand, but that's because modern women are oftentimes incapable of being happy, content, or actually appreciative of things.
Are women happier than men, or are men happier than women? Let's get into it. I got some science for you today. Studies show that men are actually happier than women. Women constantly score higher in neuroticism in psychological studies. What is neuroticism? Neuroticism is a trait that tends to experience negative emotions, like anger, anxiety, self-consciousness, irritability, emotional instability, and depression. Why is this so? Differences in brain chemistry and hormone fluctuations. Women are more prone to stress and ruminate. Men tend to engage in active problem-solving behaviors when they experience stress. And because of their coping mechanism, they are not experiencing as much negative emotion.
There's also the time-honored tradition of men having to practice the art of stoicism and not losing their minds over every single thing that happens to them. Modern women were encouraged to break those particular emotional hinges.
Would you rather be married and miserable or single and lonely?
Single and lonely, as long as I have my money. If you up my thought process, I cannot have you around me because you're gonna fuck up my life.
Can you be lonely and not
miserable?
You can be lonely and have a blast.
9 times out of 10, when somebody tells you they're lonely, are they happy?
No.
Are they happy?
No.
I disagree.
Are they happy?
I've been lonely
I
and happy.
disagree.
You can be lonely and happy. You cannot be miserable and happy. It doesn't make sense. When I'm feeling lonely, it's easier for me to feel loved if I go around people I love.
What makes this point even funnier is when you take into account of how many women make fun of men for feeling lonely, only to find out that men are learning to actually revel in it.
When I'm miserable, I could be around y'all and I'm still miserable.
All the sexual power that women have when they're young falls off a cliff in extraordinary rapidity. Now, here's the thing, though, is that when we're young and we have less sexual market value than women, supply and demand, hormones and receptivity, we can screw up for a while, and I'm sure everyone has, I know I have, but then you can recover, right?
The biggest lie that modern women buy into is the concept that they have more time. It's just a basic biological fact that women are at their peak desirability when they're younger, but they can't stand that fact and it makes them lash out at people.
So, I went to theater school. I got a history degree because I'm all about the earning, right? But then I was like, wake up, dude. And I went and started a software company. So you can shake it off and you can turn things around. If a woman takes full advantage of that sexual magnetism of youth and, hoingo boingos around the community, then by the time she hits her late 30s, it's too late. And then you get like a half century of regret. And one of my biggest tweets was me just saying, women, your eggs die at 40, you live to 80. What are you going to do for 40 years?
That's the consequence that modern women will never consider. They're going to live a huge chunk of their life alone with no companionship, no children, nobody to take care of them as they get older. But denial is one hell of a drug with these women. At least they have cats to look forward to, guys.
The key for a man is self-control. For a man, your body sometimes speaks against you. It will crave, pleasure all the time. Your key to successful mental health is complete and utter self-control. Control what you consume. You don't watch everything. You don't go into every desire. You control who you put yourself into. Now, when a man practices self-control, he becomes such an unshakable being. Because none of his friends can make him drink alcohol if he doesn't want it. No woman can make him spend money on her if he doesn't want to. He becomes indispensable as a man. So self-control, I really believe, is the root of a man's self-esteem.
We see the drastic consequences of what a life of pure hedonism does to people. Modern women put pleasure above all else in their lives, and it's left them hollow and sinking into the depths of pure madness, honestly.
A few years ago, I thought that I had it all, and there was something missing from my life. So I did things with the guy who treated me like a princess and would have been the best husband to me. And I started chasing this feeling that was never matched.
That unexplained feeling that she could do better, that's called hypergamy.
Modern culture has pretty much put hypergamy into its most insane state. It has convinced women of all generations to gamble at the table with goodwill that they don't actually have, and the end result is them losing everything.
Red pill guys have been talking about it for years. It's the woman's biological need to always look for the best possible mate she can find. A lot of women are always looking to trade up. It's biology, it's psychology, it's in their DNA, it's science. It's also one of the reasons why a lot of modern women will never be truly happy.
It ultimately leads to their downfall. They kick the good men that would give them a good life to the curb in hopes that somebody else will do better. That is a terrible gamble to make, but one they will make all too quickly. But anyway, guys, we're going to be leaving today's episode there. Don't forget to leave your thoughts and your comments. Make sure you guys take care of yourselves, and I'll be seeing you all in the next one. Peace.